Okay, so on the last episode of SmackDown, Zelina Vega defeated Chelsea Green to win the Women's United States Championship. On this next episode of SmackDown, I'm expecting to see Chelsea get her title rematch and face off against Zelina again. I ultimately see Zelina winning again against Chelsea to retain the title, but I could just see a title rematch. Seems like kind of a something WWE would do. Um, for the episode. It can be a quick match. They can do some sort of comedy angle with Chelsea losing again, whatever they want to do. But I think they're going to kind of do the impromptu rematch and then have Zelina win again. What I think is interesting here is I think that Chelsea, now that she's lost the belt, is going to be one of the strongest contenders this year to actually win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I just put out my Money in the Bank predictions about a couple days ago prior to SmackDown, and I actually had Chelsea as my pick, and her losing the women's United States Championship on SmackDown here just makes me feel even more confident in that prediction. I think she'd be very entertaining as the briefcase holder, and I don't know if they'd have her win the briefcase while still the champion. So this definitely gives me more confidence in that prediction, and I'm kind of excited to see if she ends up doing it. So yeah, I think just for this next episode of SmackDown, I think Chelsea's going to lose in a rematch, but I do think there could be some big things to come for her. Okay, so on this next episode of SmackDown, I'm going to predict that Alexa Bliss shows up. There are currently rumors that Alexa is going to be returning to WWE soon, and she is going to be leading the Wyatt Six faction, which I think is going to be pretty interesting and will be fun to see. I was actually surprised that Alexa didn't show up on the April 25th episode, the SmackDown after WrestleMania. That's where I kind of pegged last week that she would return, but she didn't end up making an appearance. So I think she's going to appear on this next episode. I'm not really sure why she didn't on the last, but there's rumors that she's going to be returning and she's going to be leading this new faction. So I just think maybe they were just trying to button up the storylines from WrestleMania, and then they're going to start new on this next episode here. So yeah, I'm going with Alexis showing up. I'm not really sure what she's going to do with the Wyatt Six faction. She's obviously going to be leading it, but she'll probably cause some chaos in some form, attack somebody on the roster. But I'm interested to see what they do. But my prediction is keep it simple: is she shows up on this episode and we see her return and she does something. Aleister Black returned on the last episode of SmackDown. He ended up getting involved in a segment with The Miz, and it has now been confirmed that Aleister Black and The Miz are going to be facing off on this next episode of SmackDown. Um, what I think is going to happen here, I think Aleister Black is 100% going to win this match. They're definitely not going to have him lose in this spot, especially with him just returning. I could see him winning here. And I don't think this is going to be one of those long feuds. Like, I don't think it's going to be Black versus Miz at Backlash. I think kind of the Miz is just put in this spot to give Aleister kind of a big win to start off his return, and then he'll kind of continue moving up the card. So, yeah, I expect probably a quick match and a dominant victory from Aleister Black, and then he will likely just keep slowly moving on up the card over the next several weeks, and they kind of decide what they want to do with him. But yeah, expecting Aleister to win, and I don't expect this to be a long feud between him and The Miz. I think this is just going to be a one-off match on this episode, and that's it.